right, it's Wednesday, March 5th. This is a midday SPY update, and you can see here on the daily chart, midday, we are inside of the previous day, a little bit green at the moment, chopping around. Again, not surprising at all if you really consider the big picture where we took out this key inflection point, higher highs, lower lows. So the market's deciding, does it want to reverse, from here and head higher all the way back up, or does it want to just pause at this point and then eventually continue lower? So that's kind of what's still unfolding in the big picture. The weekly chart is still red and down, but you can see it's trying to possibly start some buying in here. But until we get some kind of actionable signal on the daily chart, there's no real buying in play, even though we're heading green a little bit. And, it's a choppy day here. And again, not surprising, we had a very tricky start to the open, as I described on a previous video, where we opened up, green, then we went red, took out the pre-market lows, then we immediately took out the first bar high, and then we kind of moved down again. So I bought some puts here just after this opening price action, anticipating we take out the low of the day, which we did. Then once I saw the big green bar forming, I had to exit the trade with a very small gain, as I'll show you in a minute. And now the market obviously is coming all the way up. It seems to be wanting to take out liquidity to the high of the day. We'll see at that point, does it pause and chop around more, or does it hold in there and then maybe go to the pre-market highs? Either way, it's all inside of yesterday, so I don't know how this day is going to end, and it's obviously very tricky trading. So on the puts, I bought those 585 puts at 1102. They reached as high as 1307 here, so they were up over 2 points. And normally I scale out, but I didn't do that in this case. And then we had a big reversal bar, and once I saw that developing, I just exited the trade at 1150. I had some good trades on Tesla puts this morning, where I bought those at 1549. I sold it, up here at 19 and 1882, and then 1768 once it started also moving up a little bit. If you look at Tesla, same kind of thing, where I anticipated lower prices. This one I was able to scale out, and I had to exit on the reversal bar, and we'll still see. I still have a negative bias on it, but until we turn red now and start wanting to test these double lows here, which is still possible, and I'm still open to that if it unfolds, you got to just go with price action. That's very choppy in this environment, at least at the moment, in terms of strong follow through to the downside. So with the SPY, again, once I saw the reversal here, big green, but you had to kind of, know that at least at the moment, the downward, you're into a key area here where it brought in a lot of buying yesterday. I think people are trying to buy support here, but I wouldn't be surprised if this ultimately fails, takes out liquidity in some form, and then eventually moves lower. But we're just going to need price action to guide us that way. This afternoon, it's going to have to be a big red bar that starts testing the low of the day, or a big failure bar after taking out some liquidity. We'll find that out. You might want to buy some puts into that, but it's a little tricky today. And again, at this point, in terms of really what to expect on the SPY, I discussed yesterday on a big recap video that I don't really know what to expect early in the month of March, with the first 3 days kind of taking out a key pivot. So we have plenty of time in March for it to fail, heading higher and continue lower. We also have plenty of, we also have to get a big weekly reversal, which we still have time to do. Maybe we get like a close here and then an inside bar or some kind of green bar into next week, but we want to take out that open to really get green again and know that we're heading a lot higher. So it's a tricky environment. You have to know that, and that's why, I'm not surprised to see kind of crazy price action here that's having a difficult time figuring out where it wants to go. I thought I'd try the downside, but obviously at the moment we're just kind of being a little more choppy in this area. But if you look at it, it's still a kind of a downtrend that, you can get some choppiness, take out liquidity before reversing. So, let's just see. If we take out the high of the day, which is kind of, it looks like it wants to do, let's see if we get a big failure there. Let's see if we maybe get a failure at these pre-market highs. As long as we stay inside of yesterday's bar, then, at this point, it looks to be the moves down are bringing buying, the moves up are bringing and selling. So let's see what happens. Let's see where this daily bar ends up. But that's kind of my midday update on this. And, I'm still biased a little down until we really get some kind of reversal. It would have been a 2 up today, which is not there. We're just inside. So let's see, if we take out liquidity and fail, that might present another opportunity to buy some puts.